Okay, I guess I'm rolling. All right, I wanted to show you how to make a rotational tessellation using Sketchpad. So if you want to find Sketchpad on your laptop, just go to the Spotlight window and type in GSP and hit enter, and then you should get a screen something similar to this. I've zoomed in a little bit so that you can see this a little bit better. And I'm going to go quickly because I think you'll be able to hit pause or whatever or see it multiple times. Anyway, for a rotational tessellation, we need an object that can be has some rotational symmetry, and so we could use an equilateral triangle or a square or a hexagon. To make things simple, I think we're going to just do a hexagon. So we'll start off with the line segment tool and just make any line segment anywhere. Alright, go to the select tool, and now what we need to do is we need to rotate this 60 degrees. So I'm going to take any one of the points, double click it, you should see the little flash, and that tells that this point is going to be the center of rotation. And now it needs to know what to rotate, so we're going to highlight the line and the point, and then we go over here to the transform menu and we select rotate, and it's predisposed to do 90 degrees. We want a triangle, so we're going to do 60 degrees. That looks good. It previews it for us here, and so we'll go ahead and hit rotate. Now for the last side, all we have to do is highlight the 2 points and construct segment, and we've got our equilateral triangle. Now I didn't follow the steps that you would normally follow, like with a compass and straight edge using circles and that sort of thing, but that's okay. This is a good starting point here. What I want to show you is what we're going to do is we're going to draw some irregular shape that starts at this point and ends at this point. And I'll go ahead and use the line segment tool again. I'll click here and I'll click some sort of shape. I'll click again and then maybe click one more time and make sure I end up here. Okay, so I'll go back to my select tool, click on a blank space to deactivate everything. Now what I need to do is I need to take this new shape that I've made and I need to rotate it so that it becomes on one of the other sides. So I'm going to rotate it about this point. I'm going to double click it. So that's the center rotation. It needs to know what to rotate. So we're going to take all these line segments and points with it. And you actually don't need a last point. But you can click it. And again, we're going to go to transform, rotate 60 degrees. It gives you the preview, so it starts and ends in the right spot. So we'll hit rotate. And we've got 2 of our sides transformed a little bit. The third side's a little bit different. You don't follow the pattern. What we need to do is we need to do something different by creating the midpoint. So go to construct midpoint, and there it is. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create some pattern that starts here and ends here. Alright, so we'll go to our line segment tool. I'll do something fairly normal. I'll just do something like that. Okay, deselect everything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate this new shape to the other half, and so I'll double click the midpoint as the center rotation. We're going ahead and taking these segments and points, and instead of rotating 60, we're going to have to rotate 180. Alright, so if you see the preview, it looks like it's going to end up in the right spot, and there we go. Alright, so this is our newly formed shape. It might be hard to see because we can still see the triangles. So what we can do is select the triangle sides and go to display, hide segments. And now we've got our shape here. Okay. Now we need to do something a little bit unusual. We need to create the interior. It's a sketchpad thing. The way you do this though is you have to select the points and only the points in order. So you can't just click and drag and highlight the whole thing. You have to just choose the points. You have to go in order all the way around. Okay, once you have that, you can construct and then go down to polygon interior. Now it's going to be colored in. If you don't like that color, you can go to display, color, and pick any other color. So I'm going to stick with yellow for now. Yellow is fine for me. All right. So anyway, so now we've got our shape. And this shape has rotational symmetry. Now something that in my limited experience, you have to rotate it in a certain way. And if you recall that these two vertices are the ones that we used where the midpoint was. So we have to find the vertex that was not connected to the midpoint side. I'm not explaining myself well, sorry. So wait, I'm going to go to display, show all hidden. Alright, so here was our midpoint. What I want is I want the vertex that's opposite of the midpoint. Alright, so we're going to choose this point right here. So I'm going to hide that again. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to double click that. And now it wants to know what to rotate. We're going to rotate the interior of our tessellation. And how much are we going to rotate it by? Well, it's 60 degrees. And you can see the preview, and it's going to fit exactly right into the right spot. Now to keep things separated so that we can see each iteration differently, I'm just going to go ahead and pick different colors. Now I haven't clicked on anything on the picture, so this area is still activated, it's still highlighted, and so what I can do without doing is I can go right back into rotate and rotate 60 degrees, hit rotate, display, color, change the color, do orange, don't touch anything, it's highlighted, so I'm going to go ahead and continue to rotate 60 degrees all the way around. I'm going to change the color every time. Go to green, it's highlighted, so rotate again, 60 degrees, rotate, color, whatever, teal, cyan, anyway, and then we're going to do it one more time, rotate, and we'll go ahead and pick the next color down the line, dark blue. Okay, so we've gone all the way around and we have this new figure. Now this figure has rotational symmetry as well. And what we can do is we can select all of this. So recall that our other 2 points were here and here, here and here. Yeah, of our triangle. I'll go ahead and show you the triangle again. So show all hidden. Okay, so here's our triangle. We rotated everything around this point, the one that was opposite of the midpoint. What we can do now is we can tessellate around both of these points. So we'll go ahead and double click that point. We'll go ahead and hide the triangle again. But so we're going to rotate around this point. What are we going to rotate? We're going to rotate everything. You know, if you don't want these points, you can deactivate those so that they don't get rotated and mess up the artwork of your picture. But it doesn't really matter. The point is knowing how to rotate. So we're going to go ahead and transform, rotate, and actually since this is a new shape, it's kind of hexagonal in shape. So 60 is not going to work anymore. You see there's a little bit of overlap here. What we really need is 120. So we type in 120 and rotate. And once again, it's highlighted, so we can go immediately to rotating again, another 120, and we're done. So we've got now, we've created another shape, all right, and this can be tessellated as well. If you wanted to go back to this other point of the triangle and rotate, we could select, hand select the areas that we want to rotate. So we'll rotate all 6 of those. Transform, rotate, and looks like it's going to be 240. Yeah, 240. So we're at 240, and now and you can continue to do this process and fill up the whole page. Right now we'll have to stop because now we don't have any more points over here. Like we can't select a point of rotation over here because we didn't carry these points with us. But this actually should give you an idea of how to do a rotational tessellation. All right, thanks.